Yeah. This is the Broad DJ Podcast with your boy DJ DCaso. I got the one and only legendary DJ Ron G.
Ron G. H-Dub, Boston, what up?
Yo, y'all already know what's going on right now. This is a pleasure for y'all, for me, for everybody that's paying attention to this, DJs and listeners worldwide. Listen to me, this man right here is not only a legend in this game, a DJ in this game. He sat down and produced for some of the industry's wildest notable artists. You feel me? So right now, again, this is a pleasure. And we have the obvious pleasure of talking to him right now. So we're gonna ask him the straight up question, like, how did you get started?
I got started DJing. I'm from Harlem, listening to DJs like Red Alert, Kid Capri, Brucey B, Harlem. I lived across the street from Rooftop Records, and Rooftop was popping. So I just heard them playing them systems, you know, all the cars driving by, playing these mixtapes, and I wanted to be famous like that. So
yo, that's crazy.
I started making mixtapes, and next thing you know, I said, what can I do to make people know me? And I started doing the R&B hip hop blends and blew up.
Yo, realistically, if anybody understands hip hop, if they understand music, his hip hop blends is what created and started so much of this industry, right? But I want to ask people, and I want to tell people, similar stories. Our mothers passed away, right? Rest and bless to both of them.
Rest in peace.
Your mother was the one that started your career, though.
Yeah.
Right? She got your first set of turntables? Is that like...
It was my step pops who got mine.
Okay.
But my mother had all the records.
Oh.
So I would take her records and try to blend them, all her Lou Rawls, Michael Jackson, Tina Turner, The Temptations, anybody I could find that was an old soulful singer, Luther Vandross, Diana Ross, and I would just blend them.
And that was just your thing. You ain't have nobody teach you how to do that. You had nobody teach you how to scratch, mix, nothing. It was just something off of your soul type situation.
Yeah, I learned everything on my own.
So your mother wasn't a singer, wasn't no DJs, no nothing. Nah. Yo, because when you think about it, every DJ either had some crazy story like, yeah, I started in my bedroom and I was mixing off of nothing, or somebody big taught me. So this was just straight off love for music, your own ear.
Yeah, well, it took practice though, but I learned it.
Okay.
I was many days after school on them turntables trying to figure it out until I finally got something that I thought people would like, and then I started, passing them out, giving them out, and the next thing you know, people was like, yo, this is hot, yo, give me a shout out on the next joint, and I was like, gotcha.
Okay, so now when you think about DJs, right, I feel like as we're going into this year, we in 2020, we're in 2020 right now, and we think about the DJ, I feel like in order for the DJ to win, you gotta be DJ and producer, and I feel like you one of the OGs in this. I mean, you got what, 2 decades?
Maybe more than that.
So you got
I started when I was 16. I blew up when I was 18.
Okay.
I'm 45 right now.
Woo! My boy looking clean though.
On the leasy.
Don't play with him.
On the low.
Yo, black don't crack though. Alright, so bet. DJ producer. You DJ'd and produced for artists like who?
Mary J Blige, J Lo, L Cool J, Fat Joe, Kelly Rowland, Lost Boys, Cameron, my list goes on. Michael Jackson, I did Michael Jackson.
Okay, rest in peace to big bro Michael Jackson.
Trey Songz, Gotta Make It. I did a lot of songs and remixes. B2K.
Jesus. But was that on some
Miss Jones?
Were you connected to a label that opened up that door for you, or was that just you were in the right place at the right time?
At first I wasn't, but then I became a producer on staff at Sony Records.
Okay.
Shout out to Tommy Mottola, Dave McPherson, Corey Rooney.
Word, salute.
Yeah, so they pulled me in at Sony at that time.
And that was literally how everything worked out. It was just the right time, right place. So working with all these artists, is there any artist in particular that you would be like, yo, this person worked the hardest, this person didn't work the hardest? And this is where I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, right? You ain't calling nobody out or nothing like that, right? Because that ain't my place. But who would you say worked the hardest? You got in the studio, you presented them with the beat, the production, and they just got in the studio and they were like, let's go.
I would say We Thug and Fat Joe and R. Kelly was more because Fat Joe, I had to keep meeting Fat Joe.
Okay.
And then when we went in the studio, he laid it down. He was serious about it.
Yeah.
And then he said, yo, who can I get on the hook? And we finalized R. Kelly. He was like really motivated to go platinum. So I would say Fat Joe.
Fat Joe.
And R. Kelly.
Right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
So when we think about DJ.
Everybody else, it was like I went in, I laid the track, and I didn't even see some of them.
Okay.
Besides like Cheats and all of them.
But is that a normal thing for producers? Like where it's like you jump in the studio and you're like, all right, I make the beat, I make the production, and I don't see them. It's more send them the beat, I wait for them, I lay down the vocals.
As the digital age started getting bigger, artists was like, I'll be in the studio another time. Make sure that beat is there. I was like, all right, make sure my check is there too.
Facts. No, that's real. Yo, so thinking about that, as we talk about like, even with that, with checks, I think this is something that I think all early DJs, all early producers, at what point are you like, all right, I'll do this for free, I'll do this for this price, and I'll do this for, like, how do you progress that paycheck? Is that something where it's like opportunity versus what? Like,
for me, I never did nothing free. Not production wise.
Not in the beginning, not in the nothing.
Cause I came in the game already Ron G, so I felt like I needed a check. But you know, I took a lower, pay for some, But as the R&B, I was getting a lot of money for that. Now the game is different. I don't know what they're paying. A lot of them is different now. Labels ain't giving much money out.
So what do you believe is necessary to like scale yourself, right? So it's like, at what point does the DJ be like, all right, it's time for me to go from charging $5 to $10, $10 to $15? Is it
when you go
artist
gold.
recognition?
Nah, when you go gold. When something you put out go gold, then you can say, my last hit went gold. My check goes gold.
Okay.
When you go platinum, then you can say, okay, I want more money.
Okay.
Because now you got a better demand. You're in higher demand once you sell records.
So you feel it's off of your catalog. It's off of what you've already done and what.
Because that's how the industry judge you.
Okay.
They judge you based on what you sell or how many records you sell.
Okay.
If you don't sell no records, nobody want to give you nothing. They're like,
that's real shit. So now, when we thinking about DJing and motivation, right? I feel like all of us had that point in our career where it's like, damn, I don't know if this is something I want to keep doing. Either because like the money started getting too low, I wasn't getting enough gigs, I wasn't getting enough shine, or I fucked up this last situation I was in. What is that motivation that helps you to keep going from, damn, I don't know what's going on, to Ron G, legendary Ron G? What was that motivation when that time hit that you were like, damn, my lowest? What was that kept you going?
The love for music.
Seriously, just straight up, just love for music.
Yeah, the love for music. I love hip hop. I love R&B.
Okay.
And those things kept me motivated. Sometimes I get a little out of focus here and there.
Yeah.
But the love for the craft keeps me focused.
Yeah. So now, also keeping to that exact same tone, we talking about the love for music. So you coming from a decade working with some of like Notorious, Tupac, working with some legendary artists. Like when we think of New York, shout out to New York. I'm from Brooklyn, the boy from Harlem.
Yeah,
you feel me? You understand what's going on?
This wasn't happening 30 years ago.
Yeah, they.
Brooklyn and Harlem didn't team up.
Yo, not at all. So understand what's going on right now. This is legendary. You feel me? But talking about that, like, what is it that you feel like is so different? Because in my brain, when I think about old school hip hop, 90s, 80s, it was more lyrical. Granted, it was all storytelling, right? Different situations, different circumstances, versus to the young boys now, right? The Littles, the Uzis, the Verts, the what do you feel is different in hip hop, right? So when you think of working with a Biggie, to now thinking about a Lil Uzi Vert, or thinking about a Lil Nas X, right? With the Old Town. What do you think is the biggest difference between genres, and not genres, but the idea of hip hop? What do you think is the biggest difference?
I would think the lyrical content, the content of the music.
Okay.
It's different. When Biggie was out, it was about you had to have punchlines. You had to make the girls love you. Okay. You had to have something that can go on the radio and stay on the radio. You had to have something that could go on the mixtapes, that could be in the clubs. Now, the younger generation, they market different. And I haven't really worked with a younger audience yet, so I really don't know some of the methods they would use to attract their audience. But I know in them days working with people like Biggie and Tupac, you had to really have to have skills in order for you to get noticed, sell records, and get your song played on the radio. So, and the mixtapes.
The mixtape.
Yeah, the mixtapes was a big part.
Thinking about that too. What does the artist have to do right now to get your attention? Right? We thinking about all these things that's out right now. So we got social media, we got Instagram, we got all these things. TikTok, right? Everybody jumping on TikTok. What does the artist have to do right now to get your attention, right?
They gotta have a full package. They gotta have a dance out. They gotta have a hot song.
Okay.
They gotta have the image, and they gotta have a plan for their next lineup single. You know, a lot of artists may come out with one song, but then the next follow-up song don't be good.
So we doing this interview right after the judging the competition, right? I've been in a blessed position to be next to this man to judge a competition, right? And I think the categories were originality, it was stage presence, it was marketability, on the mic, clarity, right? So when we're talking to artists and what's necessary to like become the next, right? Because there's so many competitions that are out there. What are the things that you want artists to do when they perform in front of an audience that you feel are necessary to help them get to the next level?
I think you gotta have a hot song. And you gotta have a good stage performance.
Okay.
You gotta have you gotta be able to speak up, you gotta have good energy, you gotta control the room. You gotta make the girl say ow and the dude say ho. And your song gotta make people feel one way or another, either good or in an emotional way. But you gotta control your room. And that's basic.
And that's you consider that's it. That's all you need.
I mean, if your song is hot, you can have a hot song, but may not still can control your room. If you can do all of those things, you ready.
Okay.
We saw two or three artists up there that did that. They had the girls in one little audience go ow, and they didn't even know him. Why they do? You sit back like, don't be jumping up too much. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. No, that's a definite. All right, so cool. I asked you what artist was easiest to work with all the different artists that you were able to work with. Is there any artist in particular that was just most difficult, or without calling out nobody's name, because that's not my goal, what makes an artist difficult to work with? Right? So you in there, you produce the beat, you trying to create the vibe, the energy, whether or not is that they're coming in with their entourage, or they smoking too much, or they drinking too much, or whatever the case is, or they trying to take 2, 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, a month. What is it that makes it difficult to work with the artist?
When they think they know it all.
Okay.
Yeah, when they sitting there saying, nah, I don't want to do this beat. I ain't, you old school, man. You know what I'm saying? When the artists know too much, that means they're not willing to have an open mind.
Okay. So. And working behind artists, going off that exact same thing. So I was on tour too, and I called up a big bro and I was like, yo, how do I express what I see, right? Because I'm behind stage. A lot of people don't understand, like, you working with an artist and you're the DJ, you seeing everything now, right? From your perspective. So you seeing the artist perform, you seeing the crowd react, and you have the track, and you know, like, all right, let me drop it here, let me pull it back here. How do you like correct the artist? So it's like, yo, I think we need to do 3 steps to the left right here. I think we need to not sing right here and let the audience sing right here. Do you feel like that gets easier as you're longer in the game? And do you feel like giving that advice to artists, especially with some of the big ones that you work with, like Big or Tupac or whatever, do you feel like that gets easier as you're in the game longer? Or is it just one of those,
I think it's about them respecting what you say. If they respect what you say, they may take your advice.
Yeah. Okay.
If they don't, then they would like, you know, they might have their choreographer or their stage manager or you know, somebody else tell them what to do, and they may take their advice versus yours. Because as a DJ, they might be like, "You good at doing that?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not good at what we do over here. So sometimes it can be a challenge, but if they have faith in what you're saying, they'll listen to you.
So was it?
They'll at least consider it.
Was it solely mixtapes that got you connected to all these artists that you're connected to?
Yeah.
Oh, literally, just mixtapes.
Just mixtapes. My studio in New York, I had everybody there from Tupac to Biggie, to DMX, to Redman, to Tretch, to Trey Songz, to
hold on, he gloating right now, yo.
I had everybody.
Hold on, he gloating right now, yo.
Everybody up there. Fat Joe, KRS-One, Raekwon, Naughty by Nature.
He flexing right now.
Everybody should come to my studio. Everybody. My studio was like the place to be in Harlem in the 90s.
So do you feel like there's still a place for mixtapes in this new era?
Yeah.
Because I feel like growing up, I ain't gonna lie, I used to go to the around the corner, right? Get my little steak and cheese or whatever before I went to school, and I was like, yo, what's the new mixtape? And I'm like, yo, Ron G, I need that. DJ Quick, I'm like, I need that. Like, you feel me? Like, I felt like it was a morning ritual, and I don't feel like a lot of cats nowadays do that just because of the access of material, whether that be internet to their phone, whatever the case is. It's like I used to wake up and look forward to finding these new CDs. Do you feel like it's changed? Like, cause it went from CDs to now
the digital download.
Yeah.
I still do mixtapes. I do one a month.
Okay.
But mixtapes are needed in hip hop.
Yeah.
It helps promote the artist and the brand.
Yeah. So do you feel like all that? Cause again, I'm a very big advocate of you got to keep up with the times. But thinking about the time frame, right? The essence of hip hop. Do you feel like this digital market has messed it up, or do you feel like it's advanced it?
Both.
Okay.
It messed it up because we can't make money no more like we used to, hand to hand.
Okay. Yeah.
Various people know what that means.
Yeah. Okay.
But it advanced it because now it's hands-on. Anybody can get it any location around the world.
Okay, that's beautiful.
As long as they have your download link or your links or your website.
That's real.
It's free.
I think that's beautiful. I mean, the opportunity to sit down with this brother right here, I don't think y'all understand how much of a monumental opportunity this is to sit down with this brother. I mean, his mind is just crazy, and the opportunity to sit with him is even crazier. Tell people how they can. I gotta ask this question. I have to ask every DJ artist. When someone walks up to you, what is the way you want them to approach you to get their music to you? Do you want them to send it to email? Do you want them to walk up to you? Because I feel like, at least for me, cats walk up to me and they're like, yo, I got the hottest shit out. I'm the best rapper ever. What is the way you want to, what is the appropriate way, right? Let me fix it. What is the appropriate way for artists to walk up to you and present new music where you feel like, all right, I'm going to actually take a listen, versus the normal DJ response, which a lot of us like, all right, bro, I'm going to get back to you. You feel me? And I ain't trying to play no DJs, but it's facts. Like, what is the approach that you feel like works best for you?
The approach is when they walk up to me, Ron G. Yo, what's the email? Perfect. He the one.
Okay. So it's not, you don't care about packaging.
No.
You don't care about somebody walking up to me like, yo, let me spit a couple bars for you.
No. Because it don't. A person could be good, a battle rapper.
Yeah.
But then when you hear a full song, it don't sound good.
Okay.
They can rap in front of you and be like spitting bars, but then when you put them in the studio, they can't complete a song.
Okay.
They can't sell records. It's a difference. So I'd rather hear the full song. That way I can vibe off it. I can let my peeps hear it.
Facts.
You know, sometimes you let the kids hear it and they be like, oh, I like this. Who that? Then you know you got something.
Okay.
Sometimes you need a second opinion.
Okay. So with that being said too, do you have any advice for artists how to get on to this market, and with artists also, how to get on as a DJ/producer? right? I feel like, again, I had the opportunity to sit down with a legendary DJ Ron G, right? And I don't feel like y'all understand what's going on, so I'm gonna need y'all to do a little bit of research and backtrack while y'all listening to this to understand what kind of a legend I'm sitting next to. But what is it that you can tell to artists? What can you tell to the DJ? And what can you tell to the MCs that's trying to grow up in this?
All right, for artists, I would say don't give up. You know, educate yourself on your craft.
Yeah.
Learn your digital marketing. I would say learn how to promote yourself online, and stay with your dream.
Facts.
For DJs, you know, it's about controlling that crowd and presentation. Make sure wherever you at, you tear that club down. You get them people on that dance floor. When they walk out, you want them sweating and saying, "Damn, I love you." You know what I mean? And that's the basic. And for artists, you just gotta be, you know, be as smart as you can be in this business, because you know there's deals out there that you may not know. A lot of artists are doing independent where you can make money. But the key to a lot of this is education. Know what you want to do, how you want to do it, and don't give up.
Facts. So you already know I go by the name of DJ DCaso.
DCaso, my boy, what up, what up, what up?
I'm gonna let them know, where can they find you if they trying to reach out to you. What's the best place?
LegendaryDJRonG.com, my website. Holla at me. You know, or you can hit me on that Instagram at LegendaryDJRonG, or ask Siri on Google. Find Ron G, and she'll go, "Oh, DJ Ron G, that's my peoples."
Yeah, y'all already know what it is. DJ DCaso, DJ Ron G, the bro DJ. Ow.